Just hit start recording again.
What do you think about that idea of just calling out name?
I think that sounds good. We have no visual, but we have audio.
Yep.
So,
You saw it working though, when you did the repair.
no, I just heard it today.
All right.
I didn't know that thing was working. So I heard.
Well, we'll see.
Or
You'll find out tomorrow. Figure it out tomorrow.
So we proceed.
Yes.
You do the roll call.
Yep. Michael Bent,
Here,
Marvin Nash, absent. Mark Grant, absent. Randall Lemoyne,
Here.
Mike Somerville,
Here.
Todd Holland, absent.
Okay. Approval of the agenda.
I, Michael Bennett, will make that motion to approve the agenda.
I, Mike Somerville, will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the last meeting minutes.
Mike Somerville, will make a motion to approve those, or approve the meeting minutes.
Yeah, I, Michael Bennett, will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Justin, will you give us the parks report?
So not much been going on over at the parks over the last month, moving snow and working on next year's plans about it. Over at Padley, plowing parking lot, checking trash, as well as with Duffield, the equestrian park, and the bike path. Plowing the bike path between the mill and the bar, and checking trash. And even then, the snow bank is out the trash can there, so no one's gonna be throwing stuff away. The last snow.
But yeah,
That's about it.
All right. Time for public comment. No public in attendance here. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda. The dog park discussion.
Believe this one's a decision item. But, so we talked about the Duffield turned that into a dog park in the last meeting. And since then, I reached out to the Twin Lake Gun Club, so once they actually own the property, and they had a meeting and they all approved going on ahead and looking into turning it into a dog park. So what I was thinking is just have you guys, if you'd like to make a motion to turn the dog park, turn Duff into a dog park. Just looking into I don't know if it'd be this season or not, but I think it'd be pretty good. It's not being used for a whole lot baseball wise.
yeah.
Ironically enough, what Dixon right here last time, like,
Yeah.
what got me thinking about this is I was going by there one day and saw that there's cars pulling in there. So I saw tracks of cars as well as tracks for people running their dogs out there. So that's all that I know that people really use that for. So it makes sense to turn it into what the public is already using it for.
Any idea how much that's gonna cost?
I got a quote for some fencing. I want to say it's like 7,000 for fencing. off the top of my head. And then I don't know how much the um dog waste stations are. I don't think that they'd be terrible.
No.
In the grand scheme of things, to turn park into something different, I think that that's a relatively cheaper
Yeah.
avenue.
Makes sense. Is that something like, sorry for, like, on our Facebook page, could we do like a poll or something like that for the, and we know, like, we can approve it, I made it, right, makes sense, but if we were to do something like that, then just it protects us down the road. Why did you do that? Well, we did this, we tried, we reached out, this is what the, I don't know if that's even a thing or.
Yes,
The other thought I was wondering, like we have, equestrian folks that have come in and talked with us about the equestrian park. Do we have any dog owner, clubs or groups or anything that might have?
Right, not that I know of, but I do like that idea of just reaching out to the community and seeing if there's something that they actually like.
Yeah.
I imagine that would go through.
Because just thinking, I don't know what else it could be. I agree with you, right? Most of the baseball, at least the Beach Buffer League is at Malali and Beagle, like this area, right? So, is it anything else you could do there? Disc golf. Maybe I don't think there's enough room. I don't know enough about that. So I think this makes the most sense. I'm kind of just walking through the process of elimination.
Yep.
If it doesn't, I guess you have a fenced in area that we could do then.
Yeah.
Playground stuff in there or something.
Right. And then invest money for the playground, something that we don't technically own.
Oh, yeah, true. You're right. I keep forgetting the gun hub. Yeah.
Also, the life expectancy of a playground is, what, 20, 30 years, something like that. And I think that we're on lease for another 70,
Oh, for that.
something like that. I wouldn't, don't quote me,
Sure.
but
Long enough.
I think that's something like that.
And then, you get to be responsible for like the garbage pickup. That doesn't add much more to the route, right? Because that's kind of already.
Yeah, we'd have days where we go
Yeah.
out and collect trash. It's not gonna be fun.
No. Yeah. Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So do we need a motion on this?
Yeah.
Right now, it's
Roll call vote.
discussion.
Yeah.
It's a decision one, so yeah, and it's again, this isn't for. This is definitely what's gonna happen. It's basically to move forward and see what it looks like and bring it to the board of trustees,
Yeah.
see what they like.
Basically, put it on the future agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I have a motion?
Yeah. I make Somerville motion to move forward with the turning Duffield into a dog park.
I Michael Bennett of support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Do we need to do a roll call vote or are we, what do you think?
I think so. That's what I have written down. However,
Well, Randall, what did I say?
so are we doing roll call or is?
Let's do it to be safe. Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And you get a lead that.
Justin, will you call the roll?
I can. Michael,
Yes.
Marvin, absent. Mark, absent. Randall,
Yes.
Mike Somerville,
Yes.
that's absent. Good. Thank you.
Next item of discussion is the upcoming grant.
So we're looking into grants for Beagle, and there's a few different avenues that we can go. And we're trying to figure out what makes the most sense. But what we're thinking of doing is gonna try to apply for a grant to pave the parking lot at Beagle. Then do a sidewalk from the playground where it stops to the building for the bathrooms, as well as bathrooms, redoing the bathrooms within that building. So that's what we're looking at applying for the grant for. We need to go and make a plan for it, try it out, and to move forward with it. So the reason why I want to just talk to you guys and make sure that you're on board with that, or if you have thought that you'd rather do something different. I think that pretty smart route going with what this plan is here.
In past meetings, we have discussed the bathrooms there, and we had recommended that look into getting some kind of architectural services to draw up the plan specifications.
Yep.
Have you done anything? Have you
That
did
is,
that?
so I've went through and gotten quotes with architects and whatnot, and that's when we had found out how expensive that was. So and to get an architect to do the planning we're not to that step yet. So first we would just apply for the grant if we get it, and then we can work with the architect.
Getting the money,
Yeah,
So,
then going from there.
yes.
so what do you need? Does the grant need any plans at all?
Just a rough plan of what we're doing, but we don't need to nail anything down at this
Okay.
moment. It's more like stuff that we can do in-house to make the plan, and then once that they say yay or nay if we get it, then we will look into architect type thing.
So, are you going to kind of sketch up a preliminary plan? Or
It's actually gonna be Steve. He's a lot better with
Steve,
in the office.
yeah.
Yep. So he's gonna sketch that up,
And
and
you can bring that to our next meeting?
When does the grant application process end, or is there like a time frame? Or
it is in April.
So we have a meeting scheduled for February, don't we?
Yeah. I didn't plan on. I was gonna talk to the guys about not doing that February one,
Postpone it to,
but
can we do it in March? You need it before April.
I don't think that we need to approve anything for the sketch though. And the sketch also doesn't have to be, so they want us to have sketching for what our idea is, but it's not nailed down. We can change things up as we go and as we learn more. So it's not, we don't need to already have the painting made, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, we had quite a bit of discussion on this. You know, we talked about two different, they both had to be handicap accessible, changing room. Talked about maybe having, one generic that was a big changing room, and then, and women's. That just was wondering, what thought process is there at this point. So if you want to go with that, that I think would be important. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have dimensions, at least knowing what direction we would also be talking about having the water problem outside.
So,
I think if what I'm hearing you say, Justin, grant purposes, you just need really basic information. What you want to do. You don't need any specifics.
correct.
So the specifics would come after we acquire the grant.
Yes. So,
That's what I understand.
if I remember correctly, for the bathrooms, we had talked about doing a total of 3. And I think that's still the plan. So, that being said, I don't think that anything would change.
We'll get that money then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Just kind of guide the next steps to what it is we can do.
Yeah,
Obviously, I think you're fully ADA paved sidewalks sounds nice.
yeah.
You know. Do we need we don't need a motion on this, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just a discussion matter.
Any other comments on the grant? Okay, move on to the ADA sign.
Well, the ADA sign is the communication board, and with the grants coming up here that we are looking into, I thought was basically working playground. It doesn't make sense to me at this point to have a communication board at the playground. And we could move forward with getting the communication board to the baseball field. Because the baseball field, they've already got the symbols for all the baseball field put in. And for the playground, let's say, currently there's a teeter totter that's not installed. And if we were to go get this communication board made up, would we have a teeter totter or not on there type of thing? So we're looking down the road about a year or so. So my thought was, while we have this grant for the communication board, because we have somebody that'll pay for it, might as well just move forward and get one. And down the road, let's take a look at maybe get a second one.
So just to bring you up to date, the idea behind this is if you had somebody there at the park that was nonverbal,
Yeah.
you could use this to help communicate with them,
Yeah.
you know. Anyway,
That
that
makes
was,
it sound like if someone's gonna pay for this.
Yeah, there's a grant they'll pay for the board.
And one thing I noticed when I was looking through the paperwork is these boards are made with IQ thing,
What's it?
times,
A QR code?
QR code,
Okay.
so that young people with tablets can come up to it and link into it with their tablet.
They have there's something with the tablet, but this one I don't think has anything to do with the tablet. Oh, I see that there is a QR code in the corner. Oh. That's cool.
I know my grandkids are. They know what they're doing.
Right?
They know how fast they can do those things.
Yeah.
No, is there any action we need to take on this at all?
I don't think so.
if I'm hearing you right, Justin, our discussion last time was do 2 boards possibly, and you're suggesting that we just go with 1 for now
Yeah.
and see our needs down the road.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I just want to make sure that you guys are on board with that thought.
I do think we should, like, this is pretty cool, right? There's nothing like this abnormal or anything like that where, so maybe once it's up and with all the new stuff at the playground, it might be fun to like, whether you tell in school about it, you know, or anything like that, just to kind of bring some people over, right, and see all the hard work and all, and you know, something that's different, right? I don't,
Yeah.
you know, as it gets going and closer, I can think through that a little bit, but it's a cool thing, you know. So, you could just see, you could see classes that you know come here and take kids here and see, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something there to celebrate on the hard work that you've done out there. That's something really-
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Yeah,
Just helping the community.
yeah.
With stuff like this.
Any other comments regarding the ADA sign? Okay, we'll move on to the art vandalism sign.
So I'm not gonna lie, I dropped the ball on bringing the sign up the front. I have to sign up CAD for what the previous sign was, but basically it was a sign stating anybody caught vandalizing the parks would be anybody caught vandalizing the park, and if you help lead any information leading to the arrest and prosecution of anybody vandalizing the park, they'd get $100, something ballpark of that. And I'm looking at redoing the signs and making them nicer.
That's good, kind of like to see something, say something.
Yeah.
Free taxes. Property taxes, right? No? For the
Yeah.
If you want to do it, I handle it. I mean, anything we can do to catch them.
In our previous meeting, we talked about cameras being set up there.
Yeah.
And again, dealing with vandalism, but I got to thinking about the other thing is being a part of a lot of young people that might be there unsupervised. It'd be good to make sure that the camera is capable of identifying some kind of an assault or something like that takes place. I want to make that comment.
Yeah.
Be ready.
I agree.
Will those cameras be like live feeds, like you know, where they're on all the time, or like trail cameras? Because I just know like, I mean, I guess we have power out there, so the cameras would work. No internet, so someone would have to go and log in or something like that.
Yeah.
Versus if we did put internet out, you know, then I mean, I don't know how far we want to go with that, right? I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, so I've looked into a couple of different cameras. The one that I had seen that looked like it was gonna work well. Doing the internet forward originally, I thought that was kind of like trail cam and went off from a cell phone service,
Right.
but it doesn't need internet.
Yeah.
This one can, I think, pan out 200 feet or something like that. But I haven't dug in deeper into cameras, but I am looking at different ones to do something. It makes less sense. You know, there's a need for it.
You know, something to consider for the part of the grant is, you'd have to look into the cost, but Wi-Fi. I mean, people come there, and I think if you had Wi-Fi at the park, you're sitting there watching baseball, what do you think?
I mean, Wi-Fi everywhere is, you know, that's interesting. There's so many options out there for it nowadays. It's a great point, because as far as the grant, if we did have something in there about safety, maybe we can loop that in there, then we can do it, you know, protect the investment of the actual grant itself.
Yep. I wonder if you have, there's like some Wi-Fi extenders, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
If that would help.
Yeah, there's a lot of options there. Well, and I think the other thing you could do in that grant too is just the liability if you did have one like in my mind, maybe there's two. There's one at the playground in case if anything were ever to happen, and or then at the parking lot so you can see the cars coming in and out. You know, then you can kind of put it together if there was an incident. Here's the 4 cars there. You know, let's go. You know, turn them over. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we did lay that on in that grant, you know,
Yeah, that could work. Any other comments related to our current discussion on park vandalism signs?
is there an area that has more the vandalism than others? Is it like these signs? Like, or let me ask the question this way: you have 5 signs. Where's the first place you put the sign based on your experience? Is there an area, or are they all just kind of once in a while?
I'd say it's kind of more once in a while.
Okay.
Not kind of like
Yeah.
trying to keep it that way.
Sure. Yeah.
Or
Okay.
less.
Yeah. All right. I just didn't know if there was a specific area.
Nothing terrible.
Okay.
There's still some previous paint on some posts at a couple of parks that I hadn't had a chance to take care of yet. But
Okay. Nope, that's good enough. I didn't know if there was any area we had to like focus. I like get real serious about.
no, it's more or less that the current signs are pretty bad.
Yeah.
And
Preventative too.
yeah,
I like it.
so to go and replace them with newer ones, I want to make sure that the wording's good. I probably should run out back and get the other sign. If that makes sense.
I get I get.
Oh, to show us?
Yeah.
I'm good. You
Yeah.
kind of described
Yeah,
it.
that's good.
We're just basically updating what we've already got, but just with the incentive
Yeah.
to report,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sounds good.
unless you guys.
No, same page. Good.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, completes that discussion. Next item is public, board comment. No public. Any board comments? I only have one, just kind of an update. I think our meeting that we had last was before Christmas. I don't recall, what happened with regard to the, decorations over at the veterans.
Thank you. Yes. I remember answering that my speak on it. So we had approved the Twin Lake Christmas sign flagpole. And I got that ordered. And about a week after I put in the order for it, we got all that snow in December. So much snow that I couldn't find a good way to unload it from a truck. So I told them, let's postpone the shipment. It's still paid for. It's gonna be here in the spring.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did not get that installed before Christmas like I was planning on. I did not see us getting that much snow that quick.
Oh, that first storm was nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, the Christmas tree flagpole is ordered, but it has not been installed yet. I've got the Christmas tree part box.
I was just gonna ask if that's you. Sorry. So we're ready for next year. Or this year, 2026.
Yes. Yep. So a couple of plans that we have this year is the flagpole and the boat launch. Those are two that's gonna happen.
Yep.
And then we're working on Beagle and trying to get the grant process going with that.
Any other comments? Do I have a motion to adjourn meeting?
I Michael Bennett, make that motion to adjourn.
Michael Summerfeld will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Those opposed? Meeting is adjourned.